Yes, people. Welcome back to another live stream on the channel. This is your Manchester United and Huddersfield Town show. And yeah, listen, new show on the channel. And yeah, man, make sure you guys do smash those likes if you're watching now. And yeah, man, listen, we got some guests. We do have another guest that's joining soon. But yeah, we just got two guests for now. First is Ryan. How you doing, Ryan?
Yes, big up, mate. Yeah, I'm good, doing good, thank you. It's good to be on this channel. Yeah.
No worries, big up. And also we got Kyle from Football Overseas. How you doing, Kyle?
Yeah, I'm doing okay, man. What about you?
Yeah, not bad, not bad. As obviously as a Manchester United fan, doing all right. Obviously we're doing well, so yeah, man, it is what it is. Yeah. First banner I actually have is we're going to talk about both our clubs in our January transfer window deals. Start off with Huddersfield. So Ryan, obviously you guys have made a lot of loan signings. Recently was Vachlik, goalkeeper. In general, what's your thoughts for Huddersfield's January transfer?
Yeah, I mean, it could be a lot. It could have been a lot better. Put it that way, because I just feel like, we've obviously signed Lawton, who, by the way, was a very good signing. He's doing quite well for us, to be fair. But then all the excitement surrounding Knocker and obviously him coming in injured, which is just no good to us. And I'm kind of going to be surprised if, I won't be surprised if we don't see him this season, because it's pretty much sums up what's happening at the club at the moment. But so it probably would have been an awful lot better if we have signed players that A, were fit, and B, weren't that, in terms of quality, they're no better than what we already got, basically. There's no improvements really on that. Lawton definitely is better than what we've had, but very, apart from that, we really had anybody else, that's coming. But the goalkeeper that obviously signed, yeah, I'm very impressed with this keeper, actually, because look at what he's achieved. Look at what he's won. He's very relatively unknown that we sign a player that's won quite a number of trophies, actually, and very experienced. And of course, having that experience in Europe, in the Champions League, in the Europa League, is great. I mean, we don't sign players like this usually, so it is a straight. But I'm delighted to see him come in, of course, and he's actually fit. So yeah, obviously takes the number 1 jersey and looking to go straight in on Saturday, because, like I said, he's got a few days to train with the group now. He'll be able to slot in pretty much straight away. So yeah, very good ending to the window, but I still can't help but feel that we should have done an awful lot more, really, and got some more quality in, rather than going for lesser so names and them not really being that great so far. But yeah, it's been an okay window, but nowhere near good enough. And yeah, I kind of fear for us, to be honest with you.
100%. Obviously, for me, I think you guys have had, I'll say, a very good very good window for me. But it's just that these players, it's just whether how they will gel in straight away, because it will take a few time. But listen, as right now, I don't think Huddersfield fans they don't have the time, so they need straight impact. So hopefully these players will have that. Yeah. So big up that Sam podcast. Big up, mate. Big up JPT, man. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, obviously, yeah. I mean, he is doing well because Chelsea, mate, flipping out, man. Just splashing the cash. He's happy that Enzo Fernandez coming. So listen,
is it crazy?
Don't worry, JPT. We got the better midfield anyway. So yeah, man. But yeah, I think Huddersfield have had all right, a window. But yeah, man, just this topic, man. Your manager, is he good enough? Because for me, I see obviously the comments that I put for your channel, that every time you're winning, you just sit back. So I don't see Fotheringham as a good manager for me.
Yeah, well, is he good enough? Well, he's nowhere near good enough, and he was nowhere near he should be nowhere near this football club, I tell you, because, you know, he talks the talk, he bigs up himself. It's like he's the best coach in the world the way he speaks, to be fair. He's just... I said it on my stream the other day. He's the worst manager I've ever seen at Huddersfield. Supporting the team, you know, since I was smart. He's the worst manager. You may as well have knocked on a random person's door in Huddersfield and got somebody to ask him to take over, because he has no idea what he's doing. You know, the ability to adapt to situations, change it up a bit. Prime example, Saturday, 0-0 at half-time, acceptable first half, but the reality is we need wins to get out of this position. So at half-time, he should have looked at what he was doing, actually changed it up a bit, got some new players on, you change it up a bit, but he just keeps it the same. He does nothing at all, and I'm afraid he's very lucky that he's still got a job, because if the club was ruthless enough, I would have got rid of him Monday morning. I really would, because I'm sorry. I said it on my video as well, that if we keep this guy, there's no hope of us staying up. That's the reality, because I don't see where... The fact is, when we do score, it's either a fluky goal and then when we do score, we just tend to sit back, like you said. And then and then that's if we do score, because we're not guaranteed to score goals, because we know it's been a big issue this season for us in terms of scoring goals. Basing it on the fact is that we're so negative the way we play. Our formation, we play the two wing backs on either side, right? Wing backs that don't have any, they do not go forward, because obviously they're told not to. So we've effectively got no midfield, because we've got two sitting midfielders that obviously don't really like to go forward in Kasumu and Hogg. They're obviously, Hogg is one of those that protects the back four. So effectively it's a back five, and then kind of them two sitting. So yeah, he's totally out of his depth. He doesn't want to know what he's doing. He's you know what, he's got to a point now as well, by the way, that whenever you hear the manager after the game, of course, I turn him off, me now, because he's the most deluded. It's like he's not watching the same game. It's like he's kidding himself. It's like he's lying to himself. And go back to it again, another bad decision by a club. Putting in somebody in charge that is nothing more than a rookie on a 3-year contract. I'm sorry. That is absolutely ridiculous. And especially if you look at who we had available at the time. You know, when Schofield, we threw Schofield in the bus by putting him in charge in the first place. He shouldn't have got the job either. And then he obviously had to leave then. So I don't like the way the club did that. And then obviously if you look at the people that was available, like I was saying.
Would you take Michael Carrick back?
Yeah. Well, I'm not being arrogant here, Horace, but when I first saw obviously the list of names that were being linked with us, when we got rid of Schofield, and Carrick was one of those names. And you know what? I said that we should get him in, because he's a guy that may not have had much experience, but he's learned, at Man United, and obviously such a brilliant player as well. I said we should have got him in. Now, when he took over Middlesbrough, they were 21st in the league. They are now 3rd and flying, as we know. It just proves if you just put some extra bit of money into it, you reap rewards. And yeah, I'm absolutely. It's just a disgrace. I want this manager out as soon as possible, as far as I'm concerned, because, like I say, we will not have any hope of staying up if he keeps it. There's nothing going to change. We're getting worse under him. Nothing going to change under him. So yeah, bad times.
100%. Let's go through the comments. I think he's on about the January transfer window. Going to be a close one between us for Man United. But my life savings on the Terriers. Traps, big up to you, says Huddersfield show. This is brilliant. Yeah, listen, we decided to do a mini show, but there's both Huddersfield and Man United talking about both of them. And yeah, man. I'm sure Kyle was patiently waiting to talk about Man United. But one last thing, Ryan, is how's the fans with Mark? Are they with you? Is it divided? Do they want him in, or how is it?
No, I think that we can quite fairly easily by 100% say that everyone doesn't want him at the club anymore, I'm afraid. And I go back to it. I feel like he says all this about the fans now. He appreciates the fans, but he's not once come over to the fans and appreciated what we obviously come over. You see managers come over and clap the fans and all that. He does nothing like that. He goes straight down the tunnel. It's like he wants to be a villain. And of course, as time's gone on, there's no point doing that now because, like I said, we know he's not wanted round here, unfortunately, anymore. And I really do fear if on Saturday, if we do go and go behind, we could see quite a lot of toxicity around the place. Even though there is that negative energy around the place at the moment, anyway. To be fair, with everything that's going on, but I just think it will be. But yeah, we're all. It's the first time actually that we're all in agreement as a fan base. And I can catch up say that if you look through social media, nobody wants him in. That we actually agree that he needs to go now. Enough's enough.
100%, man, 100%. But yeah, man, obviously Huddersfield making signings. So let's see what happens because, see, if results keep coming and you guys are dropping points, then surely he has to get sacked. But obviously, your situation is almost like ours. Obviously, not where you guys are, but obviously the Owen situation. You guys are up for sale, apparently, according to your owners. And for us, we're looking for a sale as well. So it's going to be important to see what happens to Huddersfield in the next upcoming weeks. But yeah, man, Kyle, Manchester United now. Obviously, same thing with January. We've made 3 signings altogether. So Butland, Weghorst, and obviously Sabitzer. Are you happy, Kyle, with those 3?
Yeah, I'm happy for the signings. Plus, I don't think we expected a deadline signing on loan.
Yeah, that was for me. Obviously, I was on Twitter on deadline day, and we made I think it was hashtag sign a midfield or something like that. We made it trending. So, I mean, listen, United fans are they're brilliant when it comes to Twitter, man. They like getting things trending for some reason. So yeah, man, listen. Yeah, Sabitzer, I'm happy, I'm happy with this signing. What is he, 28? He's in his prime years. And yeah, for me, he's an upgrade on our midfield, what we have currently right now. Obviously, it's shocking to hear that Ericsson injured for 3 months. So, yeah. Andy Carroll, mate, shame on you. Shame on you, Andy Carroll. And I shouldn't be laughing, by the way. So, Andy Carroll, for me, I don't know, he didn't even get booked for that foul as well. So, I don't know, man. But Ericsson, speedy recovery. Hopefully, he come back sooner. But apparently from Manchester United, he's out for 3 months. So big loss from there. But yeah, Sabitzer, he's a good signing. But then again, this is a panic signing, deadline day. And if we really would have wanted him, we would have gotten him before. But it just shows that, for me, I think there's a lot of praise given out to John Murtough and the people upstairs. For me, I think Ten Hag, we should be given more praise to Ten Hag because I think Ten Hag demanded a midfielder on that line there because there's no way he would have been silent. Obviously with the news he probably got told about Eric. So for me, Ten Hag probably probably urged the board to get a signing. So I'm happy, man. But out of 10, Kyle, what would you give it out of 10?
The signing of Sabitzer.
Yeah, Sabitzer. Then we'll get to all the 3 signings. Yeah.
I'll say I'll give the transfer window a 5.
A 5. Yeah,
Yeah.
I could agree with that. Yeah, I mean, it's for me. Obviously, we got a game tonight. If Butland doesn't start tonight, I don't know. Because for me, Butland should be starting because mathematically, with through, but anything can happen in football. But I don't see Forest scoring 4 goals. I don't see that. But Kyle, what do you think Sabitzer bring to United? In your opinion, what do you think he brings?
The signing of Sabitzer.
Yeah.
I think we signed him for squad depth, basically.
Yeah.
So like the creativity to United that United will miss when Ericsson is outside injured.
100%. Let's go through the comments. Hashim says, big up to you. He says, Enzo Fernandez at chat. Here we go. Says, I want Amrabat in the summer. Listen, mate, just chill out, Chelsea Football Club. Just chill out. But yeah, Ryan, I'm going to come over to you. In your perspective, how do you think Manchester United done in this January transfer window?
Yeah, I think it's a case of you could have done better, but I think you've still got a few players in, obviously, have pretty much contributed straight away, haven't they, in terms of, obviously, Weghorst took some time to maybe stay on the board, then obviously he got a goal, and he's contributing his link-up players a lot better, and I just think that he is a good player, to add to your strike, your strikers, which you really are. You probably could have done with getting another striker, actually, because you're still quite short on in that field. Obviously, very unfortunate, like I say, about Eriksen getting injured, to be fair. So it was kind of a foresight, that one with Sabitzer, wasn't it? So, yeah, obviously, I do agree, though. If you really wanted him, you would have got him, at the start of the window, potentially. But who was the other signing he made? Sorry. Weghorst, it was Sabitzer, and who else?
And Butland.
Butland, that's it, yeah. Butland, I mean, I've got no. I actually said this at the time. I actually didn't understand why. Obviously, Newcastle wanted Dubravka back, didn't they? That's why you had to get rid of him. But you would have been better off keeping him because. And I go back to it. Who's made that judgment of getting him in? Because, like I say, if he doesn't play tonight, then you've got to question, who actually brought. So, yeah, Butland, you needed another keeper, so you've got another keeper. But I don't really. It's more short term, isn't it? These signings you've made in terms of, it's all short term signings you made until the end of the season. So, yeah, it's been a good window. I mean, that's a bit. I mean, I don't think I've seen much of him. I don't think I've seen much of him. In terms of the way he plays, how he comes. So I can't really comment on how he is as a footballer, but I don't think I've seen much of him. But it'll be interesting to see how he does. And I certainly think that he will be slotting in there straight away. Because I'm sorry, but you don't really have much depth in that central area either, do you? Because I do like Fred, but apart from that, you haven't got anything in terms of good enough.
Tenag actually announced that McTominay is injured for more than 3 weeks. So for me, this signing for Sabitzer is really, really important because McTominay is injured. We only have Casemiro and Fred now, and Sabitzer. So we only have these three. So imagine if, God forbid, Casemiro gets injured. We are screwed, man. Honestly screwed. So, obviously Casemiro, those 2 goals he scored in the FA Cup, that was brilliant, man. Brilliant goals.
Yeah, he's just incredible. You know what, Casemiro, I mean, he's just absolutely fantastic. He really is. And, I'm really happy for him, actually, because, he's a guy that I was very much, the fact that he's come to the Premier League is a joy for us, for us fans, because he really has lit up the play, especially Man United fans. They'll be buzzing about him being at the club, of course. But it's just like he's just such an impressive player, isn't he? His awareness, his ability to find a pass. He's everywhere as well. And people question his age when he came in, and he's not potentially going to be able to do it at this level. With less. I mean, I suppose that's disrespectful in terms of what United have got, but at Madrid, obviously, he did have a bit high quality in terms of what he had around him. But he's proven that he's the real deal. I will say he's the real deal. And, of course, he does have to be careful with his discipline at times, to be honest with you, because, I really do think that it is good to see a player get a foot in and get a tackle in, but, you do have to control yourself to a degree. But, yeah, obviously get some good. He doesn't only, control that midfield. He also likes to get forward and get goals as well. So, yeah, man, I love watching him. I do. Even as a neutral, I do. So imagine what Man United, Orest, you'll love him. You love Man United fans will love him, because imagine if you had someone like that on your team. But anyway, I'm waffling. But yeah, what a class act.
100%, man. Kyle, what do you have to say about Casemiro? How good has he been?
What I have to say is that he's a great player, and we haven't seen like we haven't experienced any defensive midfielder who has plus controlled that midfield very well and contributed to those goals.
Yeah, 100%, man, 100%.
I feel
Because
like if we had Casemiro against Arsenal, we'll have beaten Arsenal.
yeah, but obviously we don't want to use that excuse.
No, you would have done the rest. You would have done. You would have.
We would. Yeah, we would. Yeah, we would. Yeah, but obviously that excuse, I understand it, but obviously
It's not an excuse. It's just a fact. Because if Arsenal would have been without one of their midfielders, they would have said the same thing. They would have said, "Oh, imagine if for example, Partey wasn't available, whatever." They would be saying the same thing. It's not an excuse. It's just a fact because he makes so much of a big difference to that midfield. It's a big loss. So yeah, I don't see it as an excuse.
100%. Yeah. Well, it is what it is. Arsenal beat us, but listen, if we face them, actually no, sorry, that out of the FA Cup. I was going to say if we face them, sorry, you're out of the FA Cup, Arsenal. So I just forgot about that. But let's say if we face them in Europa League, yeah. Listen, we'll get revenge. I'm sure about that. But yeah, I mean, we United in general. I mean, I just got a banner here saying how has Ten Hag changed Man United. But for me, this season's been mixed emotions, man. Obviously, Old Trafford. It's been a fortune. Obviously, what people are going to say you lost to Brighton, but as I've always said, Brighton first game was Ten Hag's first game, and yeah, man, what was it? First game we had to play what was it? Bruno false nine or something like that. So listen, we didn't even have a striker in that game. So listen, Old Trafford's becoming a fortress. Is a fact, and this season, obviously, first few games we lost a few games. People in Sky Sports saying, "Oh, is Ten Hag good enough? This and that. League's losing in the dressing room." People, those in Sky Sports, those people that said that right now, they are in the mud. They really are in the mud because there were so many pundits saying, "Oh, Ten Hag, he's losing the players mentality, this and that." So after obviously, when the big news came out that he made players, he actually himself and he made the players ran together. What was it, 13 kilometers in the training? So that was amazing. So yeah, man. For me, Ten Hag's he's installed the winning mentality at the club for me. The fans are behind him. And yeah, man, he's changed a lot, really. He's changed a lot. Like, look at Wan-Bissaka. First example is Wan-Bissaka, man. Us, including me, I wanted him gone. But recently, he's looked amazing. He's really looked amazing, man. I don't know what's going on, but on the ball, amazing. Off the ball, amazing. So Wan-Bissaka's looked amazing. See, Lissandro Martinez speaks for itself. Oh my goodness, this centre back, literally class. Varane, amazing. Luke Shaw, listen. Luke Shaw is Luke Shaw definitely watches my streams because I've been calling him out. Obviously, I think it was the contract extension. I basically said, why did the club give an extension? Since that, his performance has been up the level. So big up Luke Shaw, and yeah, man. Obviously Rashford. So Ryan, you guys that's your boy, but Rashford, oh my goodness. Obviously, today Man United announced that he's player of the month for January. So big up to Rashford. We're getting player of the month. Well deserved. Oh my goodness. Ten Hag has improved a lot of players. Kyle. So what do you think about Ten Hag this season?
He reminds me of like a bit of Ferguson, like in terms of discipline and also his football.
Yeah.
And I also feel like with more backing, he'll do miracles with United. With us like winning maybe a trophy this season.
100%. Mainly big up to you this afternoon, mainly hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing, all good. I hope that you're doing good. Obviously, Arsenal at the moment, going from Caicedo to Jorginho, honestly, yeah. He definitely has changed them. Yep, exactly. If you're having an Arsenal fan saying that he's definitely changed them, it shows that we've improved a lot. But Ollie, mate, big up in the chat. Ollie, see you tonight. Big up to you. Make sure you guys go subscribe to Ollie's channel, man. Very, very. Also, go subscribe to Huddersfield Town Fan TV. Obviously, his recent video came out today. Check it out. He's done a fan forum today as well at 6, so do check it out. And yeah, man, smash the likes for whoever's watching. But Ryan, how has Ten Hag changed Manchester United?
Yeah, I mean, I've got nothing but praise to say about Ten Hag, really. From an outsider's point of view, in terms of a neutral, I think that he really is impressive what he's managed to do. What he came into. The decisions that he's made have been spot on. The way he's handled everything. Even though at times, with certain situations, maybe he could have dealt with a bit better, but I still feel like overall, whether I go back to the Ronaldo situation. I know you don't want to bring this up, but the way he handled that, as much as I love Ronaldo, no one is bigger than. I understand no one is bigger than any football club. That's who you are, and he managed to instill that, that discipline that is necessary in a dressing room. Not because I've always believed that there has to be a certain amount of discipline in a dressing room, but you don't want to cross that line. But he's got that discipline spot. If you cross the line of just being, in terms of that, I mean, in terms of if you just go too far with all this discipline, you don't need to. But he just has it spot on with that side of things. So the brand of football he's brought to the club is really good. You can see what he's trying to do. Again, I agree with you in terms of he's a born winner, isn't he? Ten Hag is, and you can tell that because, and what I like as well is that after he never comes up with any excuses. He just says it how it is. After games and things, and never blames anybody. He's brilliant. He really has. Especially after obviously what you've had with previous managers and not working out there. The fact that you've managed to bring him in, and he really is, one of those that, yeah, he has a bit of Ferguson about him, doesn't he? In a way. And I'm not saying he's Ferguson is a one-off. Of course he is, but yeah. The thing is, he's brought that intensity. And I think that another thing I'm going to mention is that the way he's managed to, kind of, he's gone. The way he's managed to, transform some players as well. You're only going to look at Rashford. He's put an arm around his shoulder and believed in him. I think some players just need to have that. I think they just need to have that belief, and you can see that Ten Hag has had that belief in it from the very first moment, really. Of course, Rashford has kind of had to, put in the work, but and really change this season. But I give huge credit to Ten Hag for that. Like I said, Wan-Bissaka looks a different player. Like I say, he was on his way out, wasn't he, of the club? Really, if we're honest with you, before not so long ago, but. The fact he's had an opportunity. Otherwise, had it not been for injuries, he probably wouldn't have got that chance. But he still took on that chance, and Ten Hag again managing very well. Wan-Bissaka was probably going to be, in terms of, he probably will have been kind of, well, since he's been at the club, it's not worked out, has it really? So he's probably just needed again the arm around the shoulders to help him, and just. I can imagine though the advice that Ten Hag has for play. I can categorically say that he'll have time for every single one of those players. There's that team spirit and togetherness in that dressing room too now, and yeah, just outstanding. He really is, and I do believe that like I said, I go back to it, I do believe he will win at least one trophy this season, even if not two, under this guy. Now, if I would have, I definitely wouldn't have said that in previous years, but the fact that he's managed to come in and make the impact he has had in the little, the small amount of time he's had, just imagine. He really has got a project going, hasn't he? And I'm probably waffling now, but yeah, I love Ten Hag. I do. And Rashford, brilliant to see. Like I am a big fan of Rashford, and of course, it's great to see him flourishing, scoring goals, and looking happier. He looks a lot happier, doesn't he? So, yeah, I'm a big fan of Rashford. I think it's great to see him back playing what we know he's capable. And I think, Rashford's in the best form of his life, actually, in terms of, if you remember when he first came into the scene, he was very, very good there, of course he was, but Ten Hag has managed to get the best out of him even more so, and he's actually, for me, I've never seen Rashford play like this ever before. So, again, a bit of good credit to Ten Hag for that as well, but yeah, brilliant.
100%, man. 100%. You're speaking facts right there because Rashford, obviously, last season, I wanted him out. I'm going to be honest. I did want him out, but obviously, I think a few United fans want him out. But yeah, he's changed my opinion. He just needs to, obviously, he's doing very well. Let's hope he can keep it like this. But I do believe like Rashford could be like a top player, and his form right now is incredible. This is what I like to see because people say to me, "Oh, yeah, you got an agenda." I don't have an agenda. It's just that when a player doesn't perform, you have to get your criticism, and when you play good, you get your praises. So for me, that's what I do. If you play good, you get your praises, man, and that's what Rashford's been doing. And yeah, man.
And that's without back. I'm just going to say before we move on. Sorry, that this is at a time where obviously you're looking to get new owners in yourself, and once the owners do come in, with full proper backing, of the board hopefully, and the owner that comes in. Imagine what Ten Hag can actually do. And it really is quite frightening actually. But yeah, that's what I wanted to say about that, and the fact that he hasn't, being able to maybe spend as much as maybe he'd like or whatever, but yeah, it really, really is impressive. I love watching it. I love watching Man United. I do, because as a neutral, I think they're one of the best teams to watch in the Premier League at the moment, to be honest with you, because I don't know, I just have that. Ten Hag has got them playing a way that it really is exciting. He's brought a really exciting brand of football to the table, really, and yeah, very focused. Again, I like that as well. He's very focused, and he doesn't get carried away. He doesn't get carried away with results. He's very focused. He's always, once that game finishes, on to the next one. Keep going, keep focused, and keep believing that you can achieve. And yeah, he's brilliant.
100%, because you are right, because I think obviously after when we won in the quarterfinals in the Carabao Cup, a reporter asked him, "Oh, are you looking forward to the semi-final?" Sanag Shoaib said, "I don't care about semi-final. All I care is about winning the final. So semi-final doesn't matter about me." So Tanag is an absolute winner, man, and he was born like that, man. He was born like that as a player himself. I think he said as well, as a player himself, he wanted to win. He was a winner as a player, and now as a manager, he's brilliant, man. He's absolutely brilliant. And obviously, the famous quote, "Eras come to an end," but he said at the beginning, it was clearly right, because look at Liverpool right now. They're absolutely shocking, Liverpool. I mean, yeah, Liverpool, City, they are falling apart. I know we're just going out talking about City are falling apart, man. Cancelo going on to Bayern. What on earth is going on? Because all they have is Rico Lewis and Kyle Walker. And Nathan Ake as the fullback. God, what is going on? But yeah, hopefully for me, Tanag always says this, game by game we go through. So we just have to go game by game and see where we end up. But Kyle, do you see United winning any trophies this season, Kyle?
Did I say what?
Do you see United winning any trophies?
I hope I see us winning one.
Yeah.
Maybe that. I'm saying maybe we'll win like the Carabao Cup.
Yeah, 100%.
Not this year.
Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. Obviously, Carabao Cup we play tonight. I mean, that's definitely obviously something that we can win. So, yeah, man. But yeah, Ryan, what do you think on Huddersfield?
Well, like I say, it just depends what happens, because I really do fear us this season, especially if we do keep this manager. I don't see him lasting the rest of the season. It's just when the people that are in control decide to pull the plug on him, really. Obviously, I'm hopeful that we will just stay up. And maybe it's not, if we just stay up, then I'll settle for that. And I can't really see us getting any higher than just staying up if we do stay up. But I go back to it. If we keep this guy in charge, we're definitely going down. So I've not actually answered that question. Of course, as a Town fan, I want to see us stay up. Of course, if we finish just above that dotted line, I'd take it because of the situation we're in at the moment. And we can only hope that if once we do get some kind of owner coming, which again, I don't necessarily know who would want to buy us at the moment, especially with League One a real potential for us this time in a couple of months, for example. So I don't really see that as an exciting proposition for somebody. But my only hope really with that is once the owner does come in, we're just going to start fresh. Get the board cleared, get some people in that know what they're doing, and get a manager in that actually, we don't ask to spend much here at this club, to be honest, because we don't expect it, because I understand that it's not easy to spend unless you're a really top side in the Premier League. You're not able to spend money left, right, and centre, but we don't even spend hardly anything, and that's the difference. So we need to get a manager in that can actually really bring a vision and direction of where we want to go, and a real passionate board to go with that as well. But yeah, if we don't get rid of him, I feel like we will go down. But if we manage to get somebody else in, again, the fact that he's probably going to take obviously manage on Saturday. If we lose that game, he has to go. Even though I would have got rid of him on last week, he has to go if we lose this game on Saturday. There's no question. I'd take just above the relegation places. But yeah, I can't be positive at the moment with this club. I really can't, because I just see it going only one way, and that's League One at the moment. And so my head and heart saying different things for me at the moment. So yeah, I want to see.
Interesting. I think that Huddersfield will stay up, but obviously, as you said, it depends if they do sack Mark Fotheringham, because if they don't, I don't think you will stay up with him, if I'm being honest, because you keep dropping points, so many points under him. So I think a change of manager is needed. And yeah, man, because you need a manager who's going to take this football club seriously. Because what was it last season? Weren't you in the playoffs last season? And obviously,
last season obviously with Carlos Corbyn again, a manager that didn't have much at his disposal in terms of squad, but what he did have, he knew what he was doing. He had that tactical ability to change things at an instant, and he really did impress me, last season. And the fact that he left says all you need to know about the ambition of this club at the moment, I'm afraid, because you know what? If we really want, we should have backed it. I don't think Carlos even wanted, he wasn't asking for much. He was just wanting a bit of backing. Obviously, he'd done what he'd done with the very little budget he had last season. He just wanted that little backing to actually get back up there again this season. And we should be up there fighting again this season for to get to the Premier League. And we should have really, of course, the big disappointment of that playoff final, we should have made us more determined and more thing about, especially with everything that went on in that final. But should have given us more, real fight and drive to actually, we're going to do it this time, and then kind of thing. So yeah, Carlos was amazing. I was gutted when I saw it when he left, and that's where everything started to fall down and get lower and lower. And it's unforgivable the way. I was scrolling on social media the other day, 8 months ago, obviously celebrating it. In that semi-final, obviously getting to Wembley. That day, fans were on pitch and everything. We couldn't be any further away from that than if we tried right now. That's just 8 months ago. It's just unbelievable when you've got people that cannot run a football. Well, they're not even running the club. They're just there, just taking a wage. don't matter, does it really? So that's how their attitude is. So yeah, big change is needed, and I really do. If we would have backed him a bit, Carlos, this, over the summer, we would still have had him, and I wouldn't have put it past him to actually be able to get back up there had we made some better signings as well. So yeah, complete mess.
100%, man, 100%. Because Mark, for me, as I said before, he needs to go, man. Honestly, he thinks that he's this and that, he's like big and that, so he's really not. And yeah, man, he really needs to go because there's lots of games where you drop him points and then yeah, man, sits back and yeah, man, yeah,
he's just got no idea what he's doing. If I look, since he's coming, he's had 19 games, right? He's had 19 games. He's lost the majority of those, apart from barring a few, right? I think he's lost about 15, 16. We've won 2 and probably drawn 1, I think, probably from my understanding. We're getting worse under him, and his record doesn't lie, and he's just, I don't even know what to say. It's just absolutely shocking, and he has no idea what he's doing. I don't see what he's trying to do. Like I said, we haven't had one good game under him. We haven't, even when we've won. Them 2 wins over Christmas, as we know, back-to-back wins, they were nothing more than flukes, really, if I'm honest with you. That's me being truly honest now. Of course, I was happy when we did get those wins, but it came crashing down back to reality on New Year's Day, and it's been the same ever since. And of course, we've gone on the run where we bottled leads numerous times. We defensively just can't do anything. Going forward, there's no hope. There's no hope with this guy in charge, because you've got to have some kind of man management in that group. And I believe that these players know he doesn't know what he's doing, and the body language doesn't look great to me at the moment. They need a lift. These players, they need a lift. We have got some good players in our squad. We have the likes of Lees, Healy, Pearson, Radoni, who's coming. I really like Radoni. Look at Rhodes, Nichols. We've got quality in this team, but if you've got to get the best out of them as well. And if you can't motivate these players to do anything, or have that, you've got to earn respect. And what Mark did when he first came in, he used to just throw players under the bus. He had that really arrogant aura about him. And this is what I was saying about discipline. Ten Hag has a level of discipline, right? But Mark takes it even further, because he gets too personal with them, and they're not going to respect you if you do that. I'm afraid you can't afford to be, And I'm still yet to see this attacking branded football that he said that he would bring to the club when he first came in. Which again, I don't trust a word that guy says. And like I say, when he comes on the radio, because I always listen to the after the match thoughts. When he comes on the radio, I mute it, and because I just can't be bothered anymore. I really can't, and I'm not really interested in what he's got to say, because he's rude. Okay, he's come in. He's got the opportunity to come in. He shouldn't have been in this job. But I think if he had any dignity about him, I think he would have resigned, to be honest with you. But he won't do that because he's too stubborn.
He wouldn't do that. Yeah,
he's too stubborn to do that. He's one of those that'll say, "Ooh, I'm this, that, or and he's one of those that you either love him or hate him. Unfortunately, he's come in and really disrupted that dressing room, and we're not getting any joy out of this team. Even though we've got good quality, but we've got some good players in there. Even though we are lacking quality in a lot of areas. I'm not saying we aren't, but we've still got enough to be higher than where we are. There's no question about that.
100%, man, 100%. Because I do agree. I do get your point where you said that you muted, because these managers, it's just PR talk now. They're just PR, just pure spin. Just do it for the club's sake, and obviously, as I said, PR, just to make attention. Just to pretend to the fans that he actually, obviously, there's a point in that, but he's really not. So, is what it is. Cap says, "Sug CR7 to Huddersfield."
Well, I said that I'd take him to Huddersfield actually, but I'm afraid I don't think he'd actually. I'd actually love him to come here, but that's just a long distant dream, unfortunately. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, man, big up chaps. Big up everyone that's watching. Make sure you guys get the likes up. Yeah, Kyle, obviously for United, where do you see United finishing the season in the Premier League?
I see us finishing third or fourth this season.
Yeah. Okay. Third or fourth. All right. Third or fourth. For me, I think a bit higher than that. But obviously, game by game, because with injuries, we never know, man. Just comes like that. Injuries will come like that. So, you know what you mean. Joel says Jorginho to retirement. Here we go. Oh my goodness. Listen, I wouldn't be surprised if Arsenal fans flip flop and say, "Oh, when Jorginho has a run of good 5 games and be like, oh, what a signing, unbelievable players." That's how Arsenal. Trap says, we'll finish first. Listen, I like that. I like that confidence. I like it, but as Tenlag says, game by game. But listen, the league is open. It really is open because Arsenal, they'll expect Sanka Sailor, but they bottled it. City, they're looking weaker, man. In their defense, they're looking weaker. So United are looking more stronger. So yeah, man. Joel says United aren't as good as City or Arsenal this season, I reckon. But
City aren't even that good, Joel, this season. They really aren't. I'm sorry, but they're not. City are not all what people admit. And of course, Pep Guardiola seems to be coming to an end at that point.
Pep's rattled, man. He's so rattled.
Yeah,
honestly.
Plays too many mind games for me, that guy.
100%, man.
I mean, how many points do you think will win the league this season? And how many points do you think will win the title? Because I don't really necessarily know how many. I mean, how many games are left? About 19, 18 games left. 18, 19 games.
I think it's going to be between 90 or 100, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But Traps, I will send you the link. Give me a sec.
I generally think that Man United could finish second this season, to be honest with you, because I just think that City have not impressed me one bit, really. They haven't. They're not. I don't know what's going on there, but they're just not. So I definitely think that second is definitely a possibility, if not definitely third. And it's one of those. And then next season, I think there's no reason why he can't go that step further. And I think had you have obviously beaten Palace and beaten Arsenal, we would have probably been talking a bit different right now. But there's fine margins, unfortunately, isn't it? And of course, sometimes they go your way, sometimes they don't. But next season, as I was saying, I feel like you can really push for the title seriously.
Yeah. Joe says, but City have it in them to win every game from now. I reckon 95 plus. City still have 45 points so far, which is still impressive, but not as impressive as previous years. Listen, Joe, you're going to get your thoughts by someone who's joined right now. He's very angry. I can see his face and his Traps. How you doing, Traps?
Yes, people. How you doing?
You're not bad. Not bad.
Joe, find a nice warm bin, and getting it.
But what Traps, what do you make? Because Joe says here, saying, but City have it in them to win every game. City still have 45 points so far, which is still impressive.
City still have 45 points. You could listen. As much as I like Joe, sometimes you have to let Joe just go on, and you have to let time do its thing. Because what is right, you see, with all this stuff, City this and City that, City can do this and City can do that. Arsenal are known for bottling stuff. Yeah, they're known for bottling stuff. Like Champions League last season, 5 games to go, 8 points clear, bottled. Well and truly bottled. Back in the Europa League. Not only that, Arsenal are not the best in Europe. So I can't see them going all the way in the Europa League anyway. But at the same time, halfway point, 11 points clear. Like I said, you remember what I said last season? with the whole with the Liverpool team that what Liverpool ninth nowadays? The same Liverpool team that's ninth now. I said they would go on and win the league, and they would have won the league had VAR done his job properly. Yeah, Rodri handball. Yeah, just remember that. So for me, like I said, I don't know who's going to win it, but I'm definitely going to back my team. And I just don't think 11 points at this present moment in time is enough to turn around and say you've won the league. I just don't think it's enough.
100%. We got another. This comment, I hate this comment, but it says Joe says I think we might go out early in Europe. So basically, what Arsenal fans are saying is let's throw the Europa League out of the window because all these mentalities, I hate this mentality. And let's throw this out the window and let's focus on the league because obviously Lee Gunner, famous Arsenal fan, he's been calling out these Arsenal fans that be saying, "Oh, let's go out and stuff like that." So I don't like the traps. Is it just me or what's going on with Arsenal fans' mentality nowadays?
Arsenal fans will say anything and do anything, right? Because there's no way, as a manager, yeah, you're a manager of a club. There's no way, yeah, how do these fans actually wake up, look themselves in the mirror, and say, my manager of the team that I support deliberately exits out of cups to focus on other cups? It's impossible. And this is what I was trying to tell people, because Arsenal fans lately, because obviously they beat us 3-2, they're saying, oh, we're not on their level. And when I asked them, when was the last time anyone scored two? The last time someone scored 2 goals at the Emirates was in October, yeah, for one. But we're not on their level. Second thing is, if you're not ready to compete we're the only team in England that are in all competitions available still at this present moment in time. Not only that, yeah, if you're not ready to compete on all levels, on every cup, then you're not ready to compete for anything. Because what will happen is that even if you do get it over the line this season, say for instance you do got the cups and you do end up managing to get it over the line. Bearing in mind last season he was playing at one point he was playing once every 2 weeks and still couldn't get the Champions League spot secured. But if you're gonna do the same, if you're gonna try and go for the league this season, you might win it, yeah. But then you're gonna lead yourself into a false sense of security that figure that you're gonna compete, and then next season you're gonna capitulate because obviously City are gonna do their rebuild and buy who they need to buy. Manchester United are on the takeover, pending a takeover. I think Liverpool are pending a takeover as well. I'm not too sure, but all these teams are going to be invested in, and then before you know it, you lot are going to be back to square one, screaming, "Arteta out, Kroenke stinks," blah blah blah. So for me, yeah, I don't know, man. Honestly, I don't know, but that mentality of deliberately losing games is absolutely absurd. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen.
Yeah, 100%. Joel says, no, but the thing is, the only reason 11 points hasn't been that much in recent years is because City and Liverpool used to lose 1 or 2 games every season. Joel says, I didn't say I wanted to go out Europe. I just don't think we have great depth. Okay, here we go now. I mean, listen, this depth thing, they were praising Edu before this depth thing. So they were praising Edu, saying Edu this and that. Now they want Edu out because of Jorginho. So I don't understand. I really don't understand.
I don't think they have any. Listen, the problem that Arsenal fans have this season is that they don't have any excuses. They're running out of excuses. They're running out of excuses of why they can sit there and blame Edu for Jorginho's a good buy for them. To be honest, he's someone who is going to come in and bridge that gap between now and the end of the season. He's not going to. Let's be honest about it. He's not going to play as long as Partey's fit. He's not going to play. So he might play the odd Europa League game, or he might come on for 30 minutes to keep Partey fresh or Xhaka fresh, or one of the two. But he's not going to be He's not going to be starting for them. So he adds depth, he's experience, and he adds depth, and it bridges the gap between now and the end of the season. So it's not a bad signing. And I feel like what they should be doing is giving Edu the benefit of the doubt, saying, okay, cool, you tried to get Moises Caicedo over the line. Brighton weren't having none of it. Everybody knows that the inflated price was too much. It was too much. I wouldn't like my club to pay that price. However, as long as Edu goes in the summer and gets and goes and gets another midfielder and invests in the squad from early and gets his business done early, so Arteta can have pre-season with whoever he needs to have pre-season with, then I don't think Arsenal fans should be bothered about this. To be honest, I think it's more of a thing where they think, oh, it's Chelsea. We've been bumped by Chelsea before with the Williams, the Jorginhos. I'm not sure Jorginho, so the Williams, the David Luiz and whatnot. But I don't think it's that type of situation. I just feel like Chelsea couldn't keep hold of Jorginho because they was getting Enzo Fernandez. That's the only reason why. I think they would have if they weren't sure that they was gonna get Enzo Fernandez in this transfer window, they would have kept hold of Jorginho till the summer and then got rid of him. It's not a thing that they've just moved him on because he's knackered. That's not what's happened.
So Ashton says Jorginho ain't even that bad. I mean, the way we just switched up topic, that's what I'm going to say. But he says Jorginho ain't even that bad signing. He cools the game down when you lot are in the lead. You lot play quick football. He calms the game down. It's a bargain. I wouldn't say it's a bargain because he only had a few months left in his contract. But yeah, man, is what it is. But Ryan, I'm going to come over to you. Who do you think had the best January transfer? I would say in general, but I don't know.
I don't actually know, to be honest with you. I think that, yeah, you've got me there, honest. I don't actually know who potentially, because I think that a lot of spending has happened. Of course, it has. I don't think there's been any standout team that's done the best. I would say. I don't think. So yeah, I can't think of a team unless anybody can enlighten me, and then maybe I'll then side. But yeah, I can't.
You think Chelsea? What's your thoughts on Chelsea, Ryan?
Chelsea. I mean, yeah, they have made some good signings. Obviously, you know, Enzo Fernandez is a very good player, but I don't really think he's worth that much. To be honest with you, I think that. You know, I don't think they've done much. So who else have they signed Chelsea this January? I can't think.
No one exciting, to be fair. No one.
Yeah,
no one
because
exciting.
otherwise I would have known. Yeah, so I don't think any team has been standout really in this January. To be honest with you, I can't think of a team off the top of my head anyway. I think that teams have made decent signings. I think that you know, it's just one of those. So yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna say who's had the best, I mean, Arsenal haven't had I would probably say Arsenal. You know, Arsenal probably. If you think about it, in Trossard and Jorginho, for what they need to get them to the end of the season, that's perfect for them right now. That's what I think.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, very good.
I mean, we got Sabitzer, yeah, but we've only got Sabitzer because of the Eriksen injury. However, yeah, I can say this straight now, yeah. I've been watching football since I was 7 years old, yeah, and I spoke about many players, many situations, many teams. Never once have I had a conversation about Sabitzer. Not once, yeah, not once. So for me, I mean, I know in his Leipzig days he was good, but I don't recall anything seen or I mean, I've seen the goals when he's played for Austria. I don't recall him doing anything exciting at Bayern Munich for one. No. And to be fair, he's not going to get in front. He was never getting in front of Kimmich or Goretzka at Bayern Munich anyway. So he probably, I'm doubting he plays a lot. So the only thing you can say to him is that that's a signing that you have to give the benefit of the doubt because it's someone who Ten Hag was looking at, and you just have to. That's when you have to see what happens on the pitch. But I wouldn't say I'd rate this. I rate it because I told you what I would have done yesterday. What I would have done yesterday, I would have just called up Brendan Rodgers and said, "Listen, you're gonna lose Tielemans for nothing. Let's just loan him now. Yeah, sign him up. Yeah, we'll loan him. We'll loan him for 6 months, and then we'll sign him. And then worst case scenario, if you don't fit into the system, you can just sell him and you can get 25, 30 million for him anyway. So it's not really a lose-lose. You get your money back. But that's what I would have done, me personally, because one, you would have made money off of it, and two, Tielemans probably he's effectively auditioning for the next 6 months, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but I don't think Leicester. I don't think they would let Tielemans go out on loan. To be fair, they would want a bit of cash Traps, in my opinion.
Yeah,
So.
but that's what I mean. But if you're going to loan someone, you have to pay. You have to give them a bit of cash for the loan deal, and you have to pay the wages. If we said, look, we'll give you 5 million for Tielemans, we'll pay his wages and for 6 months. At least then they're getting 5 million. They're going to lose him for nothing in the end of in the summer. So at least they're going to get 5 million quid back. Do you know what I mean? At worst. So, I mean, they might think it's a lost cause and say, you know what, it's a lost cause now. So let's just what's 5 million? So we don't even need. But to be honest with you, let's actually need money because their owners are struggling. So 5 million is 5 million. Do you know what I mean? So I think that would have been a bit more shrewd business to do. But you never know. Sabitzer might do the business. So I mean, the main thing is that we've got a replacement for Eriksen for the time being. So I can't really argue with it, to be fair.
But Sabitzer must be a signing that must be ready to come in and really make an impact and is as good as Eriksen, surely, because otherwise, why would you? Okay, he's another option that you definitely needed, but I don't necessarily feel like if he wasn't up to standard or he wasn't able to do a very, very good job, like Eriksen, who is brilliant at times. Obviously, he's had his critics this season, obviously, with maybe off the ball. I think he needs to do a lot more off the ball, but he must be ready to come into bits. I haven't seen much. I haven't seen much of him, really. I don't know what he's like, but I think it's just a case of seeing. But like I say, you've just got to trust. You
got to give Ten Hag the benefit of the doubt, to be honest, because he's earned the right to have the benefit of the doubt. And like you said, he's not going to be loaning trash, because I'm not going to lie to you. Yesterday, he was offered a lot of trash. Yeah, he was the club was offered a lot of trash midfielders at the last minute, at the last stages of the transfer window, and they decided to opt out for any of these transfers and went for the one that Ten Hag actually wanted. So you have to give him the benefit of the doubt, but like I said, Eriksen's my guy. You know how I felt about Eriksen arrest. I said, where else are you going to get 15 assists for nothing? Yeah, that's the guy there. So, I mean, hopefully Sabitzer comes in and does. Worst case scenario, right? He's got 3 months. Like, surely Ten Hag can get the best out of him for 3 months.
Yeah. But, yeah, I mean, still, I mean, yeah, with Sabitzer, it's a weird transfer, man, because I didn't expect this. I mean, obviously all United fans did not expect this, but we made, I think it was on Twitter, we made what was it, hashtag get a midfielder trending. So us United fans, we make anything trending. So yeah, man, it's a bit interesting signing, but yeah, as Chap said, we offered a lot of trash midfielders like Hassan Aouar. I didn't want him. Who else did they give us? Amrabat, I think it was just agent talk. So I don't think we were actually interested. Carrasco.
But to be fair, Carrasco isn't that bad, you know. He's not actually a bad midfielder.
But he's not midfielder.
But he's more like a winger, like type. Yeah. I don't know, like he's a bit. I don't know, but yeah, like I said, I just think I'd say Arsenal had the best. The best. I'd say Arsenal, because if we're going to be honest about Chelsea have just bought a whole load of players, and you can't really. They've bought so many players that you can't even think to yourself like, is this good? Like, it's like an experiment. We're watching an experiment. Like, so it's not even the thing where it's like thinking, oh, this one's a good player, that one's a good player. Yeah, they are bought good players, but is this actually going to work as a whole investment and a whole team? Is it going to gel? Are they going to play well together? I mean, Modric was a good one, to be fair. I mean, we saw 20 minutes of him against Liverpool, and I thought he was good, but that's only 20 minutes, but we never know.
Yeah. But yeah, let's move. I'm going to read this comment. Breaking news: Jesus has shown an image of the Instagram of his leg and a capture set after 8 weeks. This could indicate it could be a bit. Yeah, listen, here's what it is, right? That's awesome news.
Oh, no chance. He's not available.
That's awesome news. That is irrelevant. But yeah, let's move on. Obviously, go back to Huddersfield. You guys do play QPR at home at the John Smith Stadium. Ryan, are you looking forward to this game?
Of course not. No, of course. I've got any game looking forward to at the moment, Horace, and I've been like that for ages. And of course, if you ask any town fan, of mine, probably the last time we was actually excited to go to a game was probably that Wembley final, of course, last year. So that pretty much sums it up. But of course, we know the high importance of this game. Every game's of high importance now with the situation we're in. Am I confident? No. I'm not. How can you be confident with everything that's going on? There's always a chance that you can win at home. You can start off well, maybe, and obviously look to try. Sometimes you just never know what you're going to get, and we've had more bad than good this season. But yeah, we've got a chance to obviously potentially get out of the relegation zone. But again, we've been saying that. I've been saying that for a couple of games now, and it's just not happened. So yeah, I'm not feeling great about this game, and I don't really know what to expect. But of course, if we can maybe scrape a 1-0, which, to be honest with you, scraping 1-0 isn't really what we do. But yeah, I don't know what to think. I think it's just a case of winning ugly, I suppose. Mind you, if he wins, though, that means that he stays on. So I probably will like us to lose this weekend and then potentially get rid of him in charge. So I'm mixed emotions because I don't want us to lose, of course I don't, but I don't want this guy to continue in that job. So yeah, who knows? But of course, this is the first game at home since the 1st of January, New Year's Day. We haven't had a home game since. We've been away for a couple of weeks now, so it'd be nice. Well, I don't know if it's nice, but I suppose it's good to get back home and obviously hopefully be able to get a win. But I honestly can't see it.
100%. I mean, this reminds me of back in the days when we had Oli, and I think United fans were like saying, "Oh, let's lose so Oli can get sacked." So
Yeah,
it reminded me of that. To be fair, so but yeah, man. But listen, Huddersfield, I don't know. Obviously, they all want the manager out. But if they win, they'll be like, "Oh yeah, you'll be safe." So I don't know. Win. Keeps Mark safe.
But we need to win, though. We need to win. But I just think that no matter if we win or not, he has to go because even if for example, if we win and it's still a terrible, I think that maybe it would potentially still see him in a bad position. Still, it wouldn't be any. But yeah, obviously we've got a busy week. Obviously we've got the Blackpool game, obviously the rearranged fixture during midweek. Of course, I'll be going to that and doing a bit of content there, which I'm excited for. But yeah, anyway, we're going. But yeah, we'll just see what happens.
100%. But yeah, score predictions wise, what do you think of Ryan for Saturday?
Oh gosh. I mean, it could be anything really, and you just never know. Like, I mean, if I want to be positive, probably we'll definitely concede, but maybe 2-1 to us. But I just don't think. Obviously, QP at the moment, obviously 14th in the table, pretty. Obviously about 12 points off of it, so they're pretty much a comfortable mid-table side. To be fair, I think. No, I'm gonna say we'll lose. Unfortunately, and I think we'll lose. We'll probably lose 2-0. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Let's talk about tonight. We'll put a smile onto your face, Ryan, because hopefully we batter them tonight. But traps, we face Nottingham Forest tonight. Yeah. Surely, Man United in the final now against Newcastle.
Well, I mean, unless something horribly goes wrong, it's like horribly goes wrong. Like we get 3 men sent off in like the first 10 minutes, and then I don't know, and then there's an own goal or something. I think I would listen. I'd never write it off because you know what I mean. If you score an early goal, the game is virtually back on. You know what I mean. So I would say. Maybe try to get through. Listen, I said what we need to do. We just need to try and avoid all injuries, try and slow the game down, waste it, and effectively just waste 90 minutes. That's what we just need to do. We just need to waste 90 minutes. I would prefer him to play the young players. I mean, like the Palistris and the Garnachos, and obviously play Weghorst up top and just say, listen, just. I would probably, I'd probably go with maybe Fred. Maybe Fred. I don't know. Is Sabitzer available?
No. He'll be in the stands because his visa process. So he'll be in the stands tonight. So, but he should be fit against Palace this week.
Well, so, I'm sure it's different. I'm sure it's different with a loan deal. I'm sure a loan deal you can just play straight away.
No, you can't. Thing. Sky Sports. No, Man United said themselves that he'll be in the stands. So yeah.
I thought loan deals were different, but I thought literally. I mean, I'm sure João Felix when he went to Chelsea within a couple of days he was playing.
Yeah, it depends how quickly it comes through though, because sometimes it can take a while. It depends. And I don't think that it's any different because I think that you have to, if you do come and play in this country, whether it's a loan or a permanent, I think you still have, kind of things.
Yeah, fair enough. But I mean, like I said, I'd probably go with I'd probably go like defensive, well, not defensive, but I'd probably put like Fred and I was trying to avoid playing Casemiro, to be honest with you. But I try and get through the first half. I'll just tell the Garnachos and the Pulisic, listen, just put balls into the box for Weghorst to attack, and then we'll just soak up pressure and just do it like that. And effectively just try and get through the first half 0-0. So worst case scenario, if you do go 1-0 down, you can make some subs in the second half and sort of just control the game, manage the game out, and just listen. We just need to waste this. We need to get through this 90 minutes with no injuries and no suspensions and no nothing. That's all we need.
Yeah, hopefully no injuries, man. Hopefully we don't get no injuries. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to tonight. We're literally one step away from Wembley, so for me, I'm not scared of Newcastle. I know they're doing well, but why should we be scared of Newcastle? That's the thing. So I know they're on high momentum right now. Obviously they're a lot of energy right now, but listen, Eddie Howe for me, there could be some mistakes in him. That's my thing. There could be some mistakes. So I still obviously if their defense, it doesn't obviously Trippier, they only got Trippier in my opinion. Obviously there are other players as well, but there are some weaknesses in Newcastle's side. So listen, we'll see. But yeah, I'm looking forward to one step away. But Ryan, how do you see the game going tonight? Do you see United winning?
Yeah, I think that, to be honest, I think the way you need to approach this game, is maybe get a goal or two. I don't think you really need to be wasting time as such because you're at home, and I don't think United fans who will be going tonight will want to see that as such. I don't think. I think if you kill off the game, maybe get a goal. If you get the first goal, it's game over, and then you're fine. But I can't see Forest scoring, if I'm honest with you. And of course, it will be interesting to see what lineup you go with tonight, and I certainly think you need to rest a few because, honestly, the game is in your, you've just got to manage the game. So you don't need to, they've got to come out and try and get goal. You don't have to do anything really as such, do you? But I still think, United will definitely win. I'll probably go to say 2 or 3-0 again. I think that you will, and but yeah, I'm intrigued to know what lineup you'll go with. I really am because, yeah.
Knowing Ten Hag, well, from what I've seen of Ten Hag this season, it wouldn't surprise me if he just doesn't go for the standard first lineup, strongest lineup he can pick. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. But I personally would like to see a Jose Mourinho 90 minutes of stink out, just to get to that final. Traps were at home, man. Traps were at home. Yeah, but that's what I'd like to see because that's what I'd like to see. I'd like to see a slow game, fouls. Yeah, loads of fouls, boring ass game, completely boring. We know to the point where they say the ball was in play for 40 minutes. Yeah, that's how boring the game was. That's how broken up the game was. Yeah, that's what I want to see. I just want to see us get to the final with no and get into the final with Newcastle. The difference between, if you look at Newcastle's form in the league, right, they've drawn 8 or 9 games. Yeah, so their thing, is don't lose. So but in this particular, in a one-off game, in a final, Newcastle are going to have to come out and play. They're going to have to come out and play. They can't just settle for a draw. Do you know what I mean? They're not going to have to settle for a draw, so they're going to have to come out and play. And I feel like if they come out and play us and try and play us, they will lose.
Yeah.
Because they're so used to that pragmatic way of playing ball, like drawing fouls and trying to keep. They're basically doing the Jose Mourinho special, just stinking the ball out until the final whistle and collecting a point away from home whenever they go away from home. That's their thing. I just feel like they're going to revert back to type and just end up just being soaked up, end up just getting bombarded with chances. And I don't think we lose to Newcastle in the final or in a one-off game, and when they have to come out and play. I don't.
Yeah, and especially if they leave open spaces, obviously, with the likes of Rashford, Bruno to find them out. And yeah, listen, if they leave us spaces, because we're very good at finding people, defenders that leave us open spaces. So yeah, man. As the atmosphere in Wembley is going to be electric, by the way. So, what is it? The first time since when? I can't even remember when's the last time we was at Wembley. So, I think it was when Mourinho won the League Cup. So, yeah, man. So,
I'll be looking forward to Thingy as well, though. I'll be looking forward to seeing Sancho tonight if he gets some minutes.
What is the latest with Sancho? Because he's
in the squad tonight.
He's in the squad. He's in the squad.
All right, good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, he's in the squad. Hopefully, he gets some minutes too.
Yeah, so with that, I'd even go false 9 and just play them three. To be fair.
Well, what's the front three traps?
I'd go false 9 and just play. I'd play Sancho, Garnacho, and Pellistri up front.
Sancho, Garnacho, Pellistri. Yeah, that's interesting. You know, obviously, we can't rest Bruno because we have no one else to play instead of him. So Bruno is going to have to play. And yeah, listen. I'm looking forward to tonight.
I don't be surprised if you just see the standard lineup of Casemiro, Varane, all. Because I think Ten Hag thinks a bit like me, you know. Because I feel like he looks at these players and thinks you get paid 2, 3, some of you get 350 grand a week. You lot can play twice a week, 3 times a week. Like you just play, innit?
Yeah. It's just like Ten Hag takes it seriously, man. He just doesn't want to like risk of like, I don't know, resting some players. So he wants to take it like seriously. He doesn't want to say, oh, listen, let's rest some players because we're through anyway. So he wants to start strong.
Yeah, absolutely. It goes back to I don't see you setting out just.
Well, if this was Oli, he would be like resting everyone. So
stop disrespecting Oli, yeah, because Oli came on. Yeah, in 99, stuck his foot out, yeah, and the rest is history. Second of all, yeah, he got to a European final, which is more, yeah, and he went a season unbeaten away from home, yeah, with no managing credentials whatsoever.
What a trophy, Shops.
What do you mean? What for him? Yes, it is a trophy. Of course, it's a trophy. What a trophy for an inexperienced manager that didn't have he managed Mulder and Cardiff. Like for him to do what he done with the team, and this is what I'm trying to say. Like even with the players that we have now, look at how Wan-Bissaka's performing, and as such, and all right, cool. Maybe the Maguire thing, but Mourinho wanted Maguire before he even left. So I was just a transfer that was going to come anyway. But to be honest with you, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer had the vision, just couldn't carry it out. That's the truth.
Yeah, my score predictions wise, I'm gonna go with 2-0 United. I think we'll win 2-0. So that makes it 5-0 total in aggregate. Traps, what are you saying for tonight? 0-0?
I mean, like I said, I prefer a stink fest than a penalty or something. So I'm going to go like 1-0.
Ryan, what are you saying?
3-0 again. I think that Ten Hag will definitely want. He's a born winner, is Ten Hag, as we know. So I don't see him looking to just. He's always very. You can tell he wants performance every single game. So I just think that he will definitely get a win again tonight, and keep that momentum, of course. Because even though the game is, well, in my eyes anyway, I think the game is pretty much over. In my opinion, I don't think Forest have got a chance. But if you just keep winning games, of course, it keeps building that confidence. So yeah.
Well, I mean, once upon a time, there was a Champions League semi-final between Ajax and Spurs, and Ajax were 3-0 up. So I feel like Ten Hag has got PTSD from that, and I don't think, and that's what makes me think he's just going to put out the strongest team possible, because he's just not that. I feel like that loss, yeah, absolutely, yeah, like hit home for him. It's like he's not.
He can take the blame, but the players were absolutely shambolic as well.
Yeah, I know. Obviously, I know that, but what I'm saying that loss has just showed him that, listen, I'm never, ever, ever, ever not playing the strongest lineup that I have, I will play that. As long as I can play it, I will play it.
Yeah, exactly. It is what it is, man. But Tanag, I think, yeah, I remember this quote. Basically, an interviewer, a reporter asked him about him playing youngsters. He says he'll play them if they deserve it, basically. So I think someone asked him about that pedestrian other youngsters. He said, "Yeah, you have to deserve it for me to start you." So clearly, Tanag, yeah, you have to impress him if you want to start. You have to impress him, and yeah, listen, if you don't obviously follow his principles, you get benched. So he's brought in some good principles into the club for me, which everyone should be following. Now that for me, obviously, the late training stuff. So we've had that before. We've got Nacho at the beginning when I think he was late to so many meetings, I think, and then he just got benched, and then we got taken out of the squad for a few games, and then so we got Nacho now. Listen, I don't know how he's not been given a new contract yet, but listen, just give him a new contract already for Garnacho. So yeah, man, we just need people to follow his rules. Right now, I think there's no issues, but I'm just saying in general that people need to like follow his rules, or else you're out the door like Ronaldo. But yeah, man, Martial's back, obviously, for tonight. For me, where do you guys see his future with Martial? Because
It's not with it's not with the NHS, mate, because the NHS on his knees right now. But I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, Ryan,
He needs boo for that one.
Yeah, he's certainly just, you know, the sooner you get rid of him, in my opinion, the better, really, because like I say, his injury record doesn't lie, does it? And he can't keep fit. You know, it's no good having somebody like that in the club. I don't need to be kind of disrespectful here, but I think that he has shown glimpses of what he can do, Martial. But the problem is he just can't have any kind of consistency, and he's just getting injured too easily. So I don't know necessarily what's happening there, why he's getting so injured so easily, and why he can't keep fit. Because, you know, if your attention to detail is very good, there's no reason why. I mean, I suppose some players are just injury prone, I suppose we could say so. But yeah, I think that for me, you do need to. When is his contract up? Is he still got some time on his contract left at United?
He's got some time. Yeah, he's got quite a bit.
He's got quite a bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think you need to be looking to offload him in the summer. Then, in that case, and getting somebody in that's more reliable, and of course, yeah. So yeah.
I mean, with Martial, I'm just like, listen. You can't help injuries, right? You can't help them. They are what they are. But literally, I'm sick of this guy. Like every time he starts playing well, gets on a bit of form, he's injured. And the thing is, right? Have you not noticed his injuries? His injuries are never so bad that he gets stretchered off or carried off. He always walks off the pitch like what? Like he's got some. I don't understand how you walk off the pitch. Like how you walk off the pitch, but you're always in. It doesn't make sense, but. You have to remember, yeah, Van Persie done the same thing, yeah. Van Persie was the same. Yeah, we used to get injured left, right, and centre. And then he had 2 seasons, one with Arsenal and one with us, where he was firing on all cylinders. And that was, but I just don't think it's getting this. I don't think we're gonna get there with Martial, to be honest. I just feel like Martial just needs to be moved on. Get Osherman in, get the Saudis in, put in a bid for Kane, get Vlahovic over there as well whilst you're at it.
Wait, you want Kane?
Well, why not?
For you said you didn't want Kane yesterday.
I said, listen, the only way I'm taking Kane is if we get Osherman. I've got Kane as a backup.
Oh, okay. Kane would have wanted to be backup anyway, so yeah.
Kane, listen, Kane's nearly 30 years of age, man. He's gonna have to start. He's have to realize that his run's over, man. He had his time. He's run out of time, man. I'm telling you that now. But his best bet, right, is to go and join Bayern Munich. That's his best bet.
Yeah, that's what it is. So with new owners, let's see what happens, because there's a lot of reports coming out saying, I don't know, March they're looking to see a full sale. So let's see what happens.
Just get me the Saudis, get me Osherman, and get me Frankie
De Jong.
Listen, I'm not doing this again. Like seriously, you can't. We're not going through this again. Like Frankie De Jong, yeah, as far as I'm concerned, can stay at Barcelona
If I
got
wanted
long.
Enzo Fernandez, now he's looking. Actually, we can't. I was going to say let's try and get Jude Bellingham, but I don't know, man.
Jude Bellingham Jude Bellingham's going to Liverpool. There's no question.
I don't think so.
Yeah, but
No,
why?
there's no question.
Liverpool, why? He's not doing it. There's no kind of project. There's no kind of excitement around Liverpool at the moment. And plus, I don't see them going any
Yeah, but
place.
you have to remember, his old man's a Liverpool fan, isn't it?
Well, yeah. I suppose,
His
yeah.
old man's a Liverpool fan, and you have to remember at the time. You think about it like this, right? At the time, yeah, Jude Bellingham was meant to come to Man United. Man United were all over him. This was before anyone else was, to be fair. And for him to turn us down and go to Dortmund, yeah, and then he's not coming here. There's no chance he's not coming here. You have to remember we've got a bad, I wouldn't say a bad relationship with Dortmund as a, but the transfers. Anyone that goes to Dortmund is hard. They're hard work to get them back over to Man United. It's hard work transfer. I don't think United would bother with that one. To be fair, I mean, there are other options. I mean, Rice. I don't really fancy Rice, to be honest. I don't fancy him at all. Frankie De Jong, I don't fancy him either. But there are a few. There's a few, man. For instance, yeah, I think he's not having much of a great time. I know it's all sounding great right now, but there's teams like there's
Would you say Gravenberch?
There's Gravenberch, yeah, he's one he hasn't been playing. Camavinga's another one that hasn't been playing. I mean, yeah, there's options out there, to be fair, but we'll
I don't see Real Madrid selling us Camavinga when we literally just got Casemiro from them, so I don't see that happening. But yeah, I mean, there are quite a few, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, man, I mean, we've talked all topics. Literally, we've got to wrap up soon because I've got I've been invited to like two streams for tonight. So yeah, man, obviously 6 is Ryan's calling show. So make sure you guys do check that. So Ryan, just shout yourself out.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, thank you for having me on. It's been good. I've really enjoyed it, of course. Yeah, you can find me on my channel, of course, just look Sound Fancy on YouTube. On my socials, HTFTV8, Instagram and Twitter. But yeah, obviously going live tonight at 6, and yeah, just plenty more content coming from me. So yeah, like I said, just keep going with it. But yeah, big up.
Ryan and Traps, obviously you joined yesterday, but do you want to shout yourself out again?
Yeah, you can find me at JSJ TV, where I was today. I was currently I was learning how to do editing today because I'm trying to step my game up on this this social media content video creation stuff. But yeah, you can find me at Traps on Instagram, find me on JSJ TV, find me on the Rest Talks Football all the time. Yeah, I'm around, man.
Big up Traps for joining, man. Big up yourself, and yeah, big up Ryan as well. Big up everyone that joined. Obviously, big up Kyle as well that had to leave because of schoolwork. So that's fine. Big up everyone in the comments. Make sure you guys do smash the like, subscribe. Go check out Ryan's channel. Go check out Traps' channel. When's the vlog coming out? When's the vlog coming out, Traps?
What?
The vlog, Leipzig vlog.
I'm gonna try and put that out on Friday. I've got a couple of other shows I need to put out this week as well, but I need to learn how to edit because I'm relying on my friend, and obviously his job's like 13 hours a week, 13 hours. He's doing 13 hours a day now, so it's hard work for him to edit at the same time. So I need to learn it myself. So I've been watching videos on YouTube how to edit and stuff, and what things to download. But I've now dived into it, and it's pretty easy, to be fair. So I'm just gonna have a bit of a practice tonight, and then order some other stuff. But I've got some other stuff coming anyway. Yeah, I need to speak to you and Wally because we was meant to do something and you haven't done it yet. So
yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Big up everyone. Make sure you guys, obviously, we'll save that in the background Traps after this intro outro that I play. But yeah, big up Ryan for joining. Hope you guys like the show. Obviously, we're gonna try to do this show more often. Obviously, guys, for those wondering, the X-Traps show will be coming very soon. I know there hasn't been one for a few while, but listen, that will be returning soon. We'll find out what date to do. But yeah, listen.
Everyone, we want Huddersfield to stay up as well. We want the manager gone, but we want him to stay up.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah. So yeah,
So big up everyone. And yeah, man, smash the likes. See you next time.